I was really excited to get out to Portland. They brought me here because of who I am. I know I need to step into more of a leadership role and use my voice when my voice is needed. I love playing basketball, and at the end of the day, it's just a ball in a hoop.
So when you crossed over last night and you're like, oh, you got to fill out the Toronto paperwork and all that, do you have any visceral reaction to be able to come back home on your home soil?
Yeah, it felt like immediately when I got the declaration paper, I was like, I'm home, I'm home. I filled out this form many times. Yeah, it feels nice. You know, obviously Canada and America are very similar, but it just feels nice coming home and landing.
It's your birthday weekend, and I know you're like, well, I don't know if I want to, but you're going to have your whole family here. You said how many friends and family are going to be here to celebrate you?
Over 50 for sure. Yeah.
When was the last time you had that many people be able to celebrate you?
I'm usually not home for my birthday, let alone home to see all those people. When I am home, I usually it's a quick visit with, the close family. So getting to see everyone and them getting to watch me play and celebrate my birthday is really, really cool. I'm really thankful this worked out that way, and just excited to see everybody.
When you were little, you came to Toronto a lot for youth basketball. It's about a 3-hour drive from where you're from, but what kind of memories stir up just being able to play here in Toronto?
Yeah, we traveled here a lot. My parents, troopers, they sacrificed so much driving up and down the 401, 3 hours to Toronto, almost like every weekend. Like it was incredible. Plus my 2 other sisters who were playing sports. It was good memories, early mornings, snowy roads, getting up here, but really cool. Like it gave me so much opportunity to train in Toronto with some of the best coaches in Canada and some of the best players in Canada. So yeah, great memories. Again, thankful for my parents that they were able to sacrifice so much for me.
It is pretty amazing when you think about what your parents were able to do to give you a chance to have this amazing career. I know that when you were at Iowa State, they traveled 11 hours for the drive to see you. This is nothing. This is 3 hours.
They drove all the time. Yeah, 3 hours is nothing. They drove to Iowa all the time. But yeah, I take pride in being from a small town, and I love being from Chatham. And that community has really embraced me. And now it's kind of trickled into Toronto and all of Canada, just where the WNBA is now, where our national team is now. So it's really cool to feel that love, and my family, they're just the best.
There is, I think, the Canadian pride. You're a 2-time Olympian for Team Canada. And for you growing up here, you're celebrated. Like you're one of the best that's ever come from Canada and played women's basketball. What does that mean to you?
It's pretty surreal. I don't think it's sunk in fully yet. I don't know if it will until I'm long retired from basketball. My goal was always growing up, I just loved playing basketball and getting better, and I always wanted to represent the national team at the highest level and going to World Cups, going to Olympics. So that was my goal. That's all I really had in mind. I didn't think about the WNBA. I didn't think about playing professionally. I just wanted to represent Canada. So it's really cool that I've been able to take my career where it's gone and be able to represent Canada twice at the Olympic Games, hopefully more to come, and just gotten to where I've gotten to in the WNBA. And now that it's even more visible, people are able to see me and watch me and have eyes on me and other Canadians and obviously other WNBA players. So it's really cool how it's all come together, and I'm really thankful that I'm playing in such a crazy time for the WNBA women's basketball.
The growth is incredible. I as a little girl, I grew up in Eugene, Oregon, and went to North Eugene High School, and there was no professional women's basketball except for in Europe. There was no chance. So for me, I take a lot of pride that there is now a franchise in Oregon. It gives me chills knowing that as a little girl, I could have looked up to professional women in Oregon and gone and seen them play. For you being from Canada, and now there's a Toronto team, and you helped deliver that with all the growth of the game and what you've been able to achieve and playing in the WNBA finals with Minnesota. What's it like to see the growth of this game, and now Canada has a team?
Yeah, it's incredible, and I'm really thankful that I got to be part of it. I was played in the first preseason game that was in Toronto a couple years ago, 2023, I think. Played against Chicago with my Minnesota team, and the arena was sold out. Scotiabank Arena was sold out. So I knew then there was the appetite for it in Toronto and Canada. I think they've really embraced the Tempo team as Canada's team, and I'm just really excited that I helped bring that excitement to women's basketball in Canada. And it's cool because when I was growing up, WNBA wasn't on the TV. It wasn't on social media. I went to a Detroit Shock game when I was growing up, but that was the only access I had. Again, it wasn't on TV. Thankfully, my mom knew what was going on, but no one else did. So really, really cool that young girls and boys have the opportunity to watch a WNBA team, women's professional sport in their backyards.
We mentioned the sacrifices that your mom and dad have made, the drives and all the things and the support that they've given you and that they're going to be able to support you here. You mentioned now that you're in Portland, they're having to get used to that West Coast time zone. Your mom is having a later bedtime because she's got to stay up and watch you play. what's it been like for you navigating the West Coast time zone and Portland and all the things that come with being the #1 overall pick in the expansion draft?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I mean, I'm excited to explore a new city, a new part of America. Minnesota wasn't too far; it was only an hour difference, and my parents checked off all the boxes there. They're ready for a new adventure, so they're really excited to come out to Portland and to visit and to get to know the city and the fans just as much as I've embraced it and loved it in my few weeks I've been there. But yeah, the 10 p.m. game times are tough for my parents, but they're both teachers. My mom's retired now. My dad's still a teacher, so in the summer he can stay up a little later.
It's almost time for school
to
be out.
Exactly.
School's out for summer. You can watch Bridget play. Tell me about, you go to a new city and it's now your new home in Portland. What have you discovered about the Rose City? I know you're really into coffee, so am I. So tell me just how you've settled into your new home in Portland.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like the life of a women's basketball player, it's like you move into the city and it have to make it your home for the next 5-6 months. I think I've gotten used to that, going overseas every year, going to a new team every year overseas. But I was really excited to get out to Portland. I've heard so much about the community, about the appetite there was for women's basketball, for women's sports. I knew the Thorns had a great showing and support, so I knew we were going to get that too. And like walking down the street my first couple days in Portland without even practicing it, without even playing a game, I got recognized on the street as Bridget Carleton. I was like, this is incredible. People are so supportive of us. You can feel it. The coffee shops are amazing. The food's amazing. I've heard so much about that and I've embraced it. But I'm really excited to explore more and get to the mountains, get to the beach. I've got lots of things planned.
The cool thing from Portland is you can get to one or the
Yeah,
other
it's so
in
cool.
less than 90 minutes.
It's so cool.
And when you get a day off there, it's incredible.
Yes.
For you, and there's so many great things about Portland, and you haven't even mentioned what the fan support has been like in the arena. There's a lot of arenas, you've played in a lot of them all over the world. The absolute excitement level when you guys have won those 2 games at home, I don't know if, like the chills that community had in the state of Oregon when you guys got that first win in the buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Just what was it like in the arena? What was going through your mind in that moment on the floor?
What a crazy way to like get our first win too, a buzzer beater against a New York team who was really good. No, it was so cool. I mean, so energetic. Again, you don't like process it as it's happening because you're so excited. It's loud. Like you're so happy as they just got the putback and we got the win. But then looking back and like even seeing the clips of how loud the crowd got in those moments was surreal. And you feel that in the building and also just on social media in the city. It's pretty cool how much they've embraced it. And it's like we're all coming from different teams. None of us have played together before, and they've just really like embraced each of us as individuals, and like as we come together as a whole team, I think they'll continue to love us even more.
Yeah, they talk about the crowd pop.
Yeah.
When you back and listen to it, what'd you think?
It was
like, wow, it was louder
crazy.
than I even realized.
I never heard anything like it. It was crazy.
You mentioned the team coming together. It is remarkable. A month ago, there were no players. You didn't know where you were going to be. Nobody on this roster knew where they're going to be, and things are changing all the time. You're the centerpiece, you're the leader, you're the veteran of this team, and it's a new role for you. How do you describe what your role is for this team in so many different areas that are really relying on you?
Yeah, they brought me here because of who I am as a basketball player, but also as a person. So I'm always going to stay true to that of who I am. I'm not going to step outside or be anyone I'm not. I'm more reserved, but I know I need to step into more of a leadership role and use my voice when my voice is needed. So being comfortable stepping into that and giving advice to some teammates, holding people accountable in my way. It might not be the same way as anyone else would, but I've learned to do that with my national team, and I'm glad I've had some experience with that to bring it here. And then on the court, I've been ready, I think, to step into a new role and to be a go-to player and someone that's expected to make some plays, take some big shots. In Minnesota or in my last 7 years in the league, I was more of a role player, played hard defense, did the little things, which, again, that's still ingrained in me. That's still going to be who I am, to impact winning in more ways than just scoring, but also, stepping into more of a scoring role as well, and I'm ready for that.
I've seen you when you're looking for your shot. It's been great. You've been creating your own shot, and you've been doing things that you didn't really need to do in Minnesota so much, but defensively, you've always been always in the right spot, tough as heck, all the little things, rebounding, the versatility. What do you take the most pride in your game?
I think that's it. I think every time I step on the court, you know what you're going to get from me on the defensive end, on the offensive end, like making the great decisions, doing anything I can to help the team win that possession, doing the little things. I think, like, again, I made my career early on from doing the little things and playing hard and being in the right spots, like things that go unnoticed unless you're like a basketball mind that can appreciate that. So that's always ingrained in me, and I think that's, you know, what I take most pride in for sure.
I mean, I saw you cut off baseline many times,
Yes.
which goes unnoticed. So I'm like, that's such a good defense. I love it. It changes the whole defensive possession.
Yeah.
For you starting out, there's failure anytime you're trying to get to where you want to go. And you got cut in Connecticut. When you think about what you have been through and how you have to dig deep, anybody that's ever been fired, anybody that's ever been told no, anybody that's been, that is gut-wrenching. What was your reaction at that time of how did you keep belief that someday you'd be the centerpiece of a franchise?
She wouldn't have believed it back then. Bridget, when 2019, when she got cut, would not have believed she would be where she is now. I think when I got cut, I was like, okay, that might be it for my WNBA dream. Like, I didn't know if there was going to be another chance. There was only 12 teams at the time and 12 roster spots. A lot of times only 11 roster spots. Yeah, I thought that could be it, but I was going to keep working. Like, I was going to keep trying. I loved playing for my national team, so that was a main goal for me. I was going to continue to go overseas. I love playing and getting better. So I think I had like a month between getting cut from Connecticut, between getting the call from Minnesota, and ended up there. But that month, like, I was working. I was training for the national team. I was running sprints on the track in Chatham, just wanting to be ready if my name was ever called. And luckily I got the chance and it worked out.
And Cheryl Reeve's one of the best coaches that this league's ever seen. And she has a special eye for talent that other people miss. And she's done it time and time again. What is it you think that she saw in you? And then you've said the work that you've put in and how much you've changed in the last 7 years and how much you've gotten better. What's that path been like for you?
Yeah, it's been a journey. I think, again, me being the player that does the little things, that plays defense super hard, makes good decisions, doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Every once in a while, not too much.
Hey, it happens every once in a while.
It does happen every once in a while. She liked that, I think, stability, and I think, again, that's who I'm always going to be. And I think it's really cool coming into Portland, too. Like, I've been in every role there is on a WNBA team. Like, I've been the 12th man. I got cut. I came back, was a 12th man, didn't play at all, DNPs, first person off the bench, starter, role player, and now stepping into, you know, one of the main parts of a franchise. I think it's really cool that I can connect with everyone on our roster, like 1 through 12, even the DPs, just to, you know what they're going through and connect with them. And we've shared those experiences, so they can always lean on me and I can, help them through some challenges that there might be.
That's incredible. You have a perspective that I don't know if anybody else has ever had. That perspective. One of your teammates in Minnesota was Sylvia Fowles, and everybody loves Mama Sil, who's now on the coaching staff. I think the coolest thing is that there's an award for community service in her name, and you've won that award for what you've done in the community. Tell me what you take pride in off the court in building the cities and communities to be better.
Yeah, I think it's incredible, like, still having Sil in my corner and being here. I was really excited when she got hired by Portland, and then when I ended up here, I texted her right away, and I knew I was going to be good because Sil was here and she was enjoying her time here. But yeah, having that award named after her and winning that award a couple years ago, it was cool. I mean, I always take pride in, like I said before, just showing up every day, being a good person, on the court, off the court, connecting with everyone I can, and knowing we have an impact as WNBA players and the platform we have. So anytime I get a chance to get out in the community, I'm ready to do that. I'm willing to do that, especially like kids, young girls and boys, maybe less fortunate, disabled. Like, I love just helping and shining some light on groups that might need some inspiration. So yeah, it's really, really cool. And again, just being a good human at the end of the day, and it's far bigger than what we do on a basketball court, the impact we can have.
Well, you're going to have a chance to have a really special weekend. As we mentioned, birthday weekend. You're home in Canada. You're going to be celebrated by all those fans. I don't even think you'll get booed. You'll be the one opponent that doesn't. Nobody from the Fire is going to, escape. You're going to escape, I'm sure, from the boos. But for you being here and this whole weekend, how are you leaning into it? Of just, there can be pressure. There's a lot of extra. How do you just go have fun?
I think that's kind of what I've done always, is when there is like a lot of noise, I just have fun. I love playing basketball, and at the end of the day, it's just the ball in the hoop and playing with my teammates and having fun and embracing that, and knowing like my family's in the crowd and they don't care if I airball 10 times in a row. Like they're there to support me, and that's all that matters, is like making them proud and showing them a good time. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Portland, that my teammates, the staff here, to be in Toronto and to be in Canada and to see a little bit of my country. But yeah, I'm really excited about this weekend.
I love it.